I just want an old school Chevy. Yeah, nothing can change.
Oh, man, what the fuck? This little hand about to ride out in a Ferrari. If this bitch can do it, I know. I got two hands. Me, I've met, when I was real young, I knew a guy that had a nub. And he had like a little ball on the end, right? Mm-hmm. And when he would fight, he would shove that fucking point of the elbow in the eye. And he like forced that nub. He'd force that nub down deep in the motherfucker, bro. And he would like shove it in your ribs and shit. And it was like bro, he was ruthless, man. It was funny as fuck watching him fight.
I'm just gonna say that without being there, and honestly, without being there, and I don't even need to hear the whole story. But whatever the motherfuckers did, they deserved it.
They deserved that shit.
They deserved the nub.
They deserved the shit, every bit of it, and they did too. That's the bad part. They did, and that's okay. But it was hilarious to watch. I've seen some motherfuckers with disabilities fuck somebody up, bro.
Man, quit underestimating. You don't know how fucking strong that little.
I bet you that
bitch
bitch got a grip
too.
What
I'm saying?
I bet you that bitch.
I wish I had one of them. He winning in my book.
Hell
he can still hold game controllers without having to buy one-handed controller.
You got a game controller. That's a dope ass controller you got. You was talking about.
Yeah.
Tell him about it. While I look this up.
Okay, I got I want to say it was a Pilot computer joystick, and what the dude did was he put more buttons on it and wires come out the back. Now these come into a box. It was originally the Xbox One. What is it called? The adaptive controller, to where you can plug into different buttons and stuff like that. So if you're an amputee or whatever, you could play with like your shoulder, your thighs, and all that kind of shit.
You just use that one thing and be going.
Yeah. So I got the joystick, and it's got all the buttons, and then I could plug it into I got an Xbox 360 that I had modded, and it's got a whole bunch, and then I got the regular what is that called? A Nintendo. What's the last one came out?
Which one? There's a bunch of Nintendos. You got
no, Switch.
Oh, the DS, the Nintendo. The Switch is different, no? Or is that the one with the little controllers?
Yep. That's
the little controllers. So
it's
the Switch. Yeah, that's what it's called then.
Because you can actually hook up an Xbox One controller to it. So in order to play those games, I hooked up the Xbox One adaptive controller to it, and then used the computer joystick, and then made whatever button. So if I wanted to jump as the trigger, I can press that. If I needed that to be like L2, then I'll take it out the slide and put it in and stuff. And I got all wires and things like that, labels. So,
but what kind of games you like to play?
Oh man, I go from a big. I kind of got a big range. You know, I've been before I lost my arm. I was heavy in the gaming.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
I would spend like one day. Everybody know I spend like one day a night. It usually was Sunday, and I was like, all right, this one day a week. Don't nobody bother me. Don't call me unless you damn near dead. I feel. I get a sweet tooth every now and again too. I just can't I can't have hard candy and stuff like that because of my tooth.
Yeah, that one. Did that hurt you? Did that one hurt you?
Nah. It's like one time I bent one of my gold teeth, and then had to take it back to the dentist because I bit too hard into a Jolly Rancher, and
it come out.
But yeah, my tooth came with it.
So what it is? So look, now I'm gonna tell you this. I got good insurance, so if my teeth fall out, I'm thinking about going gold. Can I get a gold tooth to replace it?
Yes.
I think that's a good investment.
I'm not gonna agree with all that.
What you mean? It's not a good.
You can do it.
Think about it though. I mean, it'd have to start with the back. You'd have to hide it a little bit because you don't want to get punched in the mouth over a gold tooth. But
shit, I put all mine in the front.
Well, I'm a small dude. I'm not trying to get pinned up in no corner in some alley trying to try comedy one night. And they say, "Hey, man, this white got some deep pockets in his mouth right here." No, hell no. I might get hemmed up at some hillbilly. I'm going to Virginia, and I'm terrified already. And they see a white dude pull up with some gold teeth. They going, pooh, one of them log cabins where you gonna find me, fucked up. Hell no.
And I don't know about all that, because think about it. You trying to sound like you so easy pickings, and you like, they could pin me down easy. How easy you think it's going to be to pin this shit down?
Pin what down?
Me.
You?
Yeah.
Man, come
They're
on
trying
now.
to rob me before they rob you.
Look here. Well, I'm with you, man. Shit, they going to take both of us out, God damn it.
They're going to see this sleeve just a swinger, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah.
They might not fuck with you because of that, though.
Robbers ain't got sympathy like that. That just make you easier.
That's
pickings.
true. That's true. I got one time, man. I got clipped in the face with the butt of the gun, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
I learned to navigate any transactions a lot different. I couldn't, and the thing about it was, I should have picked up on the signs. I should have known it was off, and I still was too greedy, and that greed got me. But I never done it again. I never moved the same way. Man.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that was a lesson. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the best lessons, you know, the ones we got to learn the hard way.
And a lot of my lessons are learned the hard way. Almost all of them, it seems like.
Hey, likewise. Sometimes it's just bumping your head, figuring it out, and Lord knows if you headstrong.
We're on the sidewalk of the highway. Let's race. Now I'm in a regular ass 1 gear Walmart type of bike, right? He's on a mountain bike that ain't the best shape, but still got multiple gears, right? But he's a bigger dude. I can take this bitch. You hear me? Oh, I could take him. I am pedaling my ass off, right? I'm talking about just getting it. And I'm coming up on a bump, and I hit this fucking, where turning the road, you got that crevice on the ground where the car can come in. I hit that bump, the steering wheels go right to the bottom. And I fucking right into a goddamn pole. Woo. I look up, all I could get out was fuck. Out cold, bruh.
I've been in a couple accidents, and it's like, that just slips, it just slips right on out.
I hit the pole like this. Now, let's say I'm coming from your direction down the sidewalk, and I hit it. Boom. The pole was left like that. This a corner post to a fence, bro, with 2 fences on both sides. The pole ones. Oh my God. You talking about face hurting like a motherfucker. Hey, the same bike, right? This is swear to God, true story too. It was the same week. Little brother, one of the guys we riding with this football practice, his little brother wanted to come too. Not much younger, but had to work it out where he come. He gets that bike. I know that bike done fucked me up with a goddamn pole. We done made adjustments to it, shit. He's all nervous, like, it's gonna work, man. Let's go.
Setting his ass up.
There was no intent of setting him up, bro. No intent. We really had tried to fix stuff. I just wasn't getting back on it because I hit a goddamn pole yesterday, right? So anyhow, we make it all the way to the goddamn football field or whatnot, right? Practice is over with. We get on the bikes, and me and my buddy take off first. No, we take off after him. He takes off first on the bike. He's ready to go do something or whatever. I forget what it was why he left first. And he's going across this big-ass student parking lot. That's just straight-up parking lot, right? And he's going, and we're pedaling up behind him. And there's probably, I don't know, a couple car lengths, from us. 3 cars maybe. And you see the chain pop. He looks down, the handlebars drop the same goddamn way mine does. And this bitch does a somersault with this goddamn bicycle and eats that shit, bro.
Why do I feel like it was the biggest smile came over
he ate it so harder than me. Cause he went in the air and landed on concrete. I like kind of got a face in the chest and the wind knocked out of me from impact. I didn't get full face, but like the side, I mean, it rang me. Oh, I got rung by that pole. I was hurting, but him, oh, that shit was hilarious. Foot got all tangled up in the goddamn bike and shit. It was hilarious. I wish I could, like, if we could have had, like, the recorders in our eyes growing up and, like, seen all the bullshit, oh, man, we'd be in jail. Be in jail, bro. Because, like, I wasn't the fastest. I was the run. I couldn't even say who's the fastest to go back to that. But, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. Like, you had to be fast in some shit. Yeah.
They're just like...
I'm going to eat another one of these motherfuckers.
I remember sometime when my mom got bored, she made up little games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a little game when I was growing up. It was called Get Past Mommy.
Get past mommy?
Yeah. So what she do is she'll stand in the doorway, swinging the belt. Wait. And whoever can get past through the threshold without getting fucked up won the game.
That's a pretty good game.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to go first.
Hell no.
It was just like me and my other two sisters, and we're all like, all right, rock, paper, scissors, who goes first this time? Like, he was like, because we already knew.
You want your ass whooped? Who wants it first? Let's go.
Because we all knew, like, when she came down to hit one, now that was the time for the other two to
go. Take the opportunity.
Like, right when she coming down and she already connected, because it's going to take a couple seconds to reach back up.
You gotta get that rear back time.
That's your time. That's your time, man.
Hell yeah. I don't know, man. See, we were so bad, bro. We got caught doing the whole extra shorts and shit. We'd have on like 5 different pair of underwear and a couple, shorts, and then the PJs and go in there. And then, but see, what's beneficial though, if you got a little ass, and I shouldn't be talking to kids like this, but as a child back then, the method is to squeeze your cheeks. If you squeeze your cheeks, it hurts a little less. But I don't know. I can't speak for motherfuckers with a whole lot of meat back there and a lot of muscle, because I ain't got nothing but moon craters. That's what I call them, is moon craters. There ain't even a full ass in my mind. But in general, yeah.
Hey man, I've been seeing it over Facebook. Don't let them foot little booties matter too.
Mine did that day, because I'm telling you, when I got caught with all them underwears on, she wore me out. And that's when I realized, after about 5-10 of them, I'm sitting here squeezing. I'm like, I can hit it at the right time. It don't hurt the same. Oh, shit. And that was it. I learned how to do it then.
Yeah, I got caught busted. And it's like your heart drop when, because I forgot what I did, but I know my mama was like, get in the room and wait on your ass whooping.
Yeah.
And so... While she doing whatever, I'm in my room putting on my 4 pairs of drawers, 2 pants. I come out, I could barely like get the top pants over that. Like, I had to struggle with that shit. I popped that goddamn button on, walk out there, and she just looked at me and she was like, "Go ahead, drop your drawers.
Drop them all down, take it all off. You don't get that tan ass tonight." Hell yeah.
You know how like you heard what they said, but you can't think of nothing in your head, so all you can go is, huh?
Huh? What you say? Do what?
And
come
you
again?
Hoping in that little split time, you gonna think of something.
Yeah, you got to say something. I just been like,
she
no,
was like,
no.
Yeah, drop your drawers. And boy, man, when I pulled out that first pair of pants, she was like, "Oh, see, nigga, you think you nickel slick, but I got your penny change."
Hell yeah.
And then when I pulled off the next, she was like, "Oh, you was really trying to protect that ass."
She had that whole common verse ready. Penny for your thoughts, motherfucker. Uh-huh.
She said, all the way down.
To it.
Yeah, and then every time, like, you know how like a woman will look through their significant other's phone, see something, be like, that was like the face of my mother every time a new little piece of clothes came off.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you really trying me." Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. You really try me? And I was like, no, mommy, I'm not trying you, mommy. Like, no, mommy. All right. You finished?
Knowing each one gonna be a worse level up of ass whooping.
In your mind.
Yeah, you just know. You're just like, oh shit, I should have done this one.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done this one. This making it worse.
You in your head, you like, and then the fucked up part is, I tried to snag them all down at one time. I tried to put my thumb in the little butt to see if I could snag the rest down. And the shit wouldn't go down. And she was like, nah, you can just keep taking them off one at a time.
Each one's gonna see how far we go with this.
Boy.
You ever done some shit and before your mama find out, you told her about it?
Man, if I probably did. I can't think of it. But when I say news travel fast.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. I have this one thing I did though. We used to now the stealing part ain't a part of it. We used to steal certain pills from the store. A little small this is way beyond 10 years, so I ain't gotta worry about nothing. But anyhow, we'd sell them in high school and whatnot to everybody. It was like a ecstasy high. But then we started finding out we could find mushrooms in the farms around us. So we started going to stack up mushrooms. I'm talking about pounds of mushrooms. Now, we were still kids. We didn't know how to like move them or who to go to, but we was eating them bitches. And yo, I had my cut, right? My little section, right? My amount. I had ate some with the boys, my brothers and whatnot, and I'm on the bed like freaking out by shit moving. Now, back in the day, Camel, my parents are smokers, so smoking shit's all around my house. But Camel had a poster back in the day with an Indian girl, a woman, and a woman with a red velvet, like just big out, elaborate dress, like real velvety and shit. And it was like a tan background, with her complexion, and this nice, beautiful dress, like logo for Camel. And she started talking to me. And then I don't know the movie of Mickey Mouse with he's like all the colors and everything back in the day. It was like on VHS back before Alice in Wonderland.
You mean like the Mickey Mouse Club?
No, it was a movie. It was a movie for our generation back in the day on VHS. It's like Fantasia or something like that. I'll figure it out and post it. Don't matter. It anyhow, there's some pink elephants in that bitch that like dance, and that shit started happening. The goddamn leprechaun from the hood crawls up from the foot of my bed talking about if he wants me to have my titties blown up like that bitch in that elevator. Nope. I ran straight to my mama, my whole sack, bro.
I might have fallen for that.
I was scared.
You can have my titties blown
I just didn't. Well, he come up so looking himself after such a arousing than a fucking like pink elephant that's just kind of wild. I ain't never really seen an elephant probably at this point other than a textbook. And then I ain't scared of leprechaun from the hood, but from just a pink elephant dancing across my room to then look down at the foot of my bed to that bitch just to pop up with his little fucking hat and his little grin talking about popping titties. Nah, I'm good, bro. I got the fuck out of that room quick. Straight to my mama. I wasn't in tears, but I was scared. You hear me? And I gave her every bit of that thing. And all she did was laugh at me. She just laughed in my goddamn face. That's the one time I didn't get locked up. I didn't get a punishment. Or I didn't get my ass whooped.
You just got laughed.
I just got laughed at. Bitch thought I was crazy. I mean, it was crazy. Because there's more shit that happened to it in like the trip. But like those were the 3 points to me. It was like, what the fuck is going on? I cannot handle any more of letting these bitches talk. Someone I knows real needs to talk to me. And it honed me down to where I wasn't like as intimidated by it. But goddamn, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, I feel like the lesson for me would have been that maybe I don't need to be doing these shrooms.
Well, yeah, I mean, I done it. I took a lot. That was the bad thing. When you're a kid, you don't ratio out what you're supposed to. I don't know, man. It was weird. It was a weird thing. I don't know. I still enjoyed it though.
Like edible. You was just like, this ain't shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all good. I had this whole cookie. This shit ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. But see, I don't be eating them edibles like that. I'll take the real thing. Just like if I ever were to smoke, I'm gonna smoke the real bud. I ain't smoking no fake shit. And anything that takes a butane lighter, like I get you got one arm, you need a little assistance with the wind. You can't really block shit. But Man, no, anything take glass and a butane, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't no chemist, I ain't no meth head, and I ain't no crackhead. So I ain't about to touch nothing with no butane. I'll have a butane to light up like a fire outside or, do my artwork and shit. But no, when it comes to smoking some shit out of a tab or a dab or whatever it is. Are you a monster? Do you think you got the guts to come and rumble in the jungle? Huh? Train Fit Strength and Athletics is hosting a powerlifting competition. They ready to get down. I know they some monsters ready to come. And where they coming to? They coming to 645 Northwest Frontage Road, Augusta, Georgia. That's at Juggernaut Fitness. Because they got some juggernauts ready to put in this power. You got three lifts to complete. You got deadlift. You got to get it off the ground. You hear me? You got to put it all in the back, right? And the back? Yeah, I think it's the back. No, you use your legs. Don't play with me. I know a little bit just because I'm small, okay? You also got the bench press. You got to get them boobies moving. Now, I got a little bone right here. I get nervous when I do it. It might hurt a little bit. But if your boy at 150 pounds put 350 on the bar, I'm in that sucker to win. Then you got the squats, okay? Your third one is your squats. And you better stretch right. We want you safe. We want to make sure you're prepared. And you got to give your all, because all three of these lifts, them total weight is important. You got divisions separating the competition by age and weight, okay? I don't know what to tell you. You got to come join the Rumble in the Jungle, okay? At Juggernaut Fitness, hosted by Coach Carter and Train Fit Strength and Athletics at 645 Northwest Frontage Road, Augusta, Georgia. When is it? Saturday, April 20th. Y'all come check them out. I feel like that was pretty good. One more. That's pretty much it. It's shit like that. It ain't no like real story that's funny or nothing. Just like, it's just I don't drink that much.
Didn't wake up to
and you get hit by something because you don't know how to adapt to what's in it, or the fact that just I can't drink that much. So all that shit just hit me so hard. Yeah, I'm good.
What if like you woke up with the worst headache, and when you look
I'd
that
be
same goat that you didn't caught your uncle
shit
was just sitting on the sitting on the
I
side
guess I'm gonna have to grab him by the horns and let him do something to me. We're gonna have to call rape. I'd be scared with that too if I woke up and that goat was standing over me. God damn. I'd kick that bitch off.
Call some Jamaicans up, like, you know what?
Chop this motherfucker up. Let's eat this bitch.
Yeah, I know what to do with you, man.
Yeah, man, we had a horse that got struck by lightning one time. And
oh shit.
And this is the crazy thing, we never had a horse. And not to saying it was something special, but all the surrounding farms had horses and shit. And they all were horse farms. And like I used to have to go work on one of them to learn how to ride a horse. And then I got caught stealing with them, yada yada. But anyhow, after that, they finally got a full Mustang. And it had to be broke because it was from, wherever they got it from. It wasn't really worked all the way. It was a stubborn horse. When that bitch got struck by lightning and couldn't ride it no more. And then they took and dug a hole, shot that bitch. And all the boys helped lean it over to where it fell in the hole. Think that's bad, or do you think it's worse to go over there and say, hey, man, see that pig right there? We're going to cut its throat. You want to stay, or you want to go in there in the house? And then they just go out there and just pick that bitch up, tow that bitch off on a buggy and carry that bitch off. Which one's worse?
Oh, wait a minute. Off to where?
To cook that, however they chopped it up. I never got into all that.
No.
Like we used to do we played chicken golf. We used to work at chicken houses. So we'd have to go in there and pick up dead chickens and like make sure that our job was to like make sure the feeders got all the food so the chickens could eat, and then, pick up the dead chickens so no diseases and all spread. But then, we're all kids. You're going to make the most of your time getting paid by the hour. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Oh, man.
So we playing this shit. You dig a hole, leave the chicken head up, and you get a golf club, and you play chicken golf. And you just hear that last squawk before it takes a walk. You know what I'm saying?
Man, back in the day, I worked for Gold Kiss before Pilgrim's Pride.
Before? Oh, okay.
Yeah, before Pilgrim's Pride. bought it out. And I mean, we used to, like, when you was like, sometimes you just entertain your mind. Because we used to, like, take the raw chicken wings and dip them in the dry ice and just start flinging it or whatever at the back of the line.
Chickens?
And shit. Like, yeah. Well, the chicken wing, you know what I'm saying? We dip the chicken wing in ice and then try to act like we don't know what the hell going on and shit.
Oh, so that was already cut up.
Yeah.
You ain't doing the real chickens.
I worked stack off. So I was in the last department for them to hit before.
But they come in full chickens and go out chicken wings.
Hey. All kinds of ways. And I actually worked there twice. And the first time I like killed it. I worked stack off, and it was one of the roughest jobs and the hardest for them to keep, for people to stay in, because they quit.
Yeah, they rotate in and out.
Yeah, but for me, I was like, man, once you get it, once your body trained to do that. And I'm like, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. Because it was some days I was like, this is something. this is something.
What you mean it's something? The chicken died?
No, my ass hurt.
I'm GED certified. I think that you can make it in life without a high school diploma.
I thought you were CEO certified.
Well, I'm certified CEO, but my credentials out of high school is a GED, and that's okay with me. Certified CEO this week, they got something cool dropping. It's going to be a new look in respect to the new Bob Marley movie coming out. I want to say some sort of fashion of colors are going to be laid out in the way for him. I don't know if you a Bob Marley fan, but we all know Bob Marley.
Yeah, shout out to Bob Marley.
One of the greats, right?
Go.
Certified CEO. He going to be laying it down with a new look this week. Check him out.
It just wouldn't.
Oh,
that
I got you, man.
left my ass, goddamn.
Oh, yeah, they got you good that day. That's feel that, too. Yeah.
It been a few of them days. But the second time that I actually went back and worked there, they put me on deboning, right? And they gave me this little circular saw. And I tried to debone the chicken. And I am the slowest thing. It was like...
Carving away.
It was like 4 or 5 days. This was like 4 or 5 days, and the manager came in, and she was like, we've been recording your produce, and you see these numbers here. This is everybody that works beside me. They're like, they got 1,100 pounds of meat. They got 1,100 pounds of meat. They got 9. They got 12.
What you sitting with?
396. I was so slow on that shit. I couldn't get this shit right.
Come on, man. You got to get them chicken heads off now. You can't play with them.
And I was just like, y'all just gonna let me go, because I ain't going to get better at this shit.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that part of it. See, it was easy doing the chicken process in the chicken houses, because a lot of shit was automated. Like, you had to go through and shake each feeder all the way down the chicken house, which is probably about the size of like half a football field, maybe even further than that. I know some of them can be the length of a football field, or 100 yards. They can be. I know there are different sizes of them, but yeah, you just go down and I would say you'd be able to fit 2 feeders right here. One like circular right there and one circular by you. And you'd go by and shake each fucking one to make sure. But now it's all automated. Now everything in that system is a whole lot more upgraded. But yeah, it saved that dude from going and then fucking with all this shit. He had his own other job he'd go do. And we just picked up dead chickens. That was the main thing of you make sure they got fed what you got there. And then you picked up all the dead ones while the live ones were eating, because they'd get out the way of the dead ones. And then they do this whole process of rotating and churning up the dirt throughout the season, and then they go to fuck off. And then that's when all the real work happened of cleaning up all the extra shit in there and putting new everything in there. So it was just, but yeah, man, if you that deep in the country with nothing to do, you go and find some way to entertain yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have pellet wars, not BB gun wars, pellet gun wars. I remember them little CO2 canister pistols. We used to shoot each other. Boy, we used to fuck each other up.
Oh, man, yeah.
We was bad kids, though, man. We was bad.
We used to, man, your mind had to be imaginative, because, you know what I'm saying, being young and growing up poor, like, you had to have something. You wasn't finna have what everybody else had to entertain them. Like, cable and things like that.
Hey, man, I done bad shit, too, though. Like, it was one time I worked at a Italian-Mexican restaurant, Little Swang. and I was dishwasher. So we get off at the end of the shift, whatever, clean up, yada, yada. We walk to the house, right? Because it's like one of the first jobs, 14, 15 years old, I can't remember. But like you'd get home, and the last downhill was a big downhill and like a quick dip, and come back up another hill, and then I'd cross over some fields and be at my house, right? That dip, though, I would get so bored on the way home, I would take rocks and shit and put them in the middle of that dip, and people wouldn't see it until their bumper fell off, or until goddamn tire rod.
And you somewhere over on the side just laughing,
Laughing my ass off from a field, like one of them fucking lions creeping on their prey and shit.
Man, I remember.
That was fucked up, bro.
I remember this one time, man, when I was little, right? This guy tried to steal my bike, but I was where I wasn't supposed to be at.
That's always
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, one of them was when the story already started, you ain't even supposed to be there. But I was there on my bike, and he was like, let me borrow it. And I was like, nah, like, get away from me.
No.
Right?
Take my shit, bitch. Why he talking? Do you think what Cat did was fair?
I think what he did was fair only on the notions that ain't nobody really calling him out to be a liar. And then it's like a lot of the shit he say, the internet themselves, you know what I'm saying, been going by checking it, and it's been coming up exactly how he said it each time.
Each time.
So, I mean, you know.
It changed on me. You seen that, right?
It's hard to sit there and say that, man. You know, I could just say that ain't nobody calling him no liar and backing up what they say. Like he backing up what he say, and it ain't even him backing it up.
Yeah, it ain't him backing up. Other people backing him up. Now you say, are we certified to talk about it? What in what realm? That's the thing, though. It depends on. I think it depends on what realm you're talking about. Because I don't think. I don't know the stories behind the closed doors to be able to speak on everything he spoke on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I'm a comedian where I've seen enough throughout the days and I'm continuously seeing one get promoted by some bullshit, I'd probably say some shit too. So I don't think what he did was wrong, and I don't think it's wrong for us to speak on it in the sense of we are comedians. We trying to fulfill shoes to impress other comedians such as Cat Williams, such as Steve Harvey, such as Ricky Smiley, such as all these people we know surrounding our circle, and DC Young Fly, which we just know someone who met him last night. 2 people met him last night, actually. So I think that can we speak on it? I think we could. Do I think it's the right move maybe to make? Everybody's going to. I think having the right perspective is important. Because I think that's a good question to ask. Are we certified for it? That's a good question to ask.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, when I speak on that and I talk about that, that's a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people been in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Good while.
A good while. And like, I'm just hitting a little past my 1 year for consistency. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know if I should be speaking on this situation.
Yeah.
Like that, like I'm like nobody on the scale of them. Like I'm not big time. Like I got like 200 plus followers,
Yeah,
and
boat.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of my 200.
Work hard for them 200.
But at the same time, I just got 200 followers.
That's right. 200 ain't enough. But at the same, but that's the thing. I'm not trying to have no spike in followers based on some controversy. I know that I watched the full Shannon Sharp episode with Cat on it. I think that it seemed as though he had some stirred up stuff that he was done sitting by and not saying nothing about. And I think when Ice Cube spoke, I watched Ice Cube's response. That's when I was like, maybe I think I might not know what's going on, but if I knew some shit that I'd just been hearing, shit happen. And I'm still striving to be my best, and now my name's getting tossed into it or whatever. Yeah, that it probably was the best opportunity for him to confront everything at a whole with
at one time.
yeah, because everybody done been on the show, and he's like, oh, this is my moment. And if I don't do this, then this is gonna be to me. Finding out he was a single dad raising adopted kids as much as he has while he's doing all this, like,
And it's hard. It's definitely hard. And I got less.
kids.
Kids than he do, and
Yeah.
sometimes that
Yeah, I got two. I got less than you.
run wild. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think to actually one of the most impressive things I think that came out about the interview, at least to me, was like I didn't know his IQ was that high.
Oh, he's a smart dude.
Yeah, did not know his IQ was that high. And to listen about how he left home as early as he did to make that shit work, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot in itself. That's a huge accomplishment.
Well, see, I think that one of the things I admired from the interview was he was speaking about how we got to treat every day like it's our last day and take gratitude for why we're here and be, and embrace every moment. But still, you got to respect everything that's going on and be, take the day as it comes for what it is. And it was like just knowing today could be your last, tomorrow could be your last. And I feel like in that moment, like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to say what I got to say because this may be the last time I get to say it, the only opportunity to say this shit. And then when he put all the love on Mac, oh, bro, I knew he felt some type of way that had him stirred up, which is fine. I think it's fair. I get a little worked up sometime and emotional, and my shit shows out like through my veins in my neck, bro. And it's worth it with sometimes.
I mean, I can't even speak too much, on that.
I don't know.
My first podcast, I did the more than a master.
More than the master. Shout out to Maine. Shout out to Maine.
I ended up dropping a tear on there.
Yeah, you sure did. I watched it. I watched it.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about my grandmama, so I can't even speak on that. You know what I'm saying? From an emotional standpoint, but he let off a lot of shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
he sure did.
Like, and he let them off for a long time.
I felt like
that was a long.
I felt like the episode was one of them Chinese New Years with them little poppers, or just fireworks non-stop.
And he been letting them go.
Oh, he was letting everything go. And that's the thing, we can't. I agree. Of all the people, I think Bernie Mac's my favorite. I didn't get to watch prior. It's like me talking about Jordan. I can't speak on Jordan, but I got to watch some of the Kings of Comedy. I got to see a stand-up of Bernie Mac. I got to watch the Bernie Mac show, and I enjoyed it, Bernie Mac, of all the comedians. So when he gives flowers like that and I didn't know the perspective was that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind was like Bernie was just King Comedy, and it was all equal. Everything was gravy. I didn't know the drama behind Friday and next Friday. So for me, it's too much information for me to speak on. But I do appreciate the fact that he was like real about his respect for Bernie when I feel like Bernie deserves more than what
Bernie
he gets.
If it wasn't for Bernie, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I wouldn't even be in comedy the way he was one of my biggest influences. You know it, like, you know what I'm saying? People thought it was just dark, ugly, and he was just, this is me, motherfuckers.
That's
you
right.
Like it or you
hey, listen here,
go.
America. Listen here. If you ain't seen Bernie Mac, go fucking watch some. Go see the shit. Go see why he is the king. You hear me? Sorry, I figured I'd do a little bit like the Bernie Mac show and talk to America.
Okay, man.
I don't give a fuck who your opinion is, though. You say you be somebody, well, goddamn be it. Fuck them.
I feel you. Fuck him on that.
But that's Cat, though, too. I say that because any role Cat play, like how Cat was talking about himself as Money Mike, no matter the drama with Pretty Ricky, it's evident. Cat came on the scene, and Cat's present changed things. So let it be. He's not saying nothing wrong. So there's a lot of shit where I feel like it's egos, but when it comes to the heart of it, Cat said some shit in that interview with them fireworks that was real gems. There was some real gems of conversation inside that shit. And I didn't realize we have to worry about our jokes as much on stage. I didn't think nothing about it to that degree.
Yeah. It's kind of you know what? I feel like that's one of the biggest things, you know what I'm saying, of stealing a joke and things like that, because that's genuinely what comes from us. Like, this personally came from me. I took the time
Right.
to put this out, to write this down, to practice it, to put it out. And, like, it's a shame and a hurting feeling. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
When
work
somebody
went in what we
take
did.
your baby and then, you know what I'm saying, go do it and then not even give you credit. But I mean, at the same time, he held that in for a long time because
Yeah.
he could have blasted that off at any time. At
And
any
you know that's probably
time.
generous too, because you know if he probably shot some of them shots to begin, it probably could have hurt him or ruined the person his shots were at's reputations. And at the same time, he didn't get involved in a lot of drama. When you hear about some of the things he talks about now that happened in the past that he clearly didn't speak up about then, he ain't really making it a big fiasco about himself. It's more about calling people straight, and I like that straight shooter shit. And if you tell me how you feel, tell me I want to know where I stand with you. I want to know where in the fuck this is. There ain't no bullshit. You're gonna take credit for what's yours. I'm gonna take credit for what's mine. But I think you could take too much of somebody's idea, and that's stealing. Like if I told you guys I wanted to do a skit, right, and I had real intent to do it, or I'm working on it, right? The same thing. I feel like it's the same thing. I don't know. I've never done skits, but if I'm working on a joke and I'm going to do those same two jokes, different ways at every set I'm doing, and every line up, so. I think if the consistency of that proves it, then I'd be safe. But nah, I think if somebody finds a way to make that shit super funny and got some pull, I think I just have to either really be caring about it and go chase the money down, which maybe it's worth it. But if not, it's just one of the things you really have to eat. Because all right, that's like one of them books up there is about metaphysics, right? And it's about. Aristotle would think about how like we only are what our ideas are, and every idea is presented from another idea. Yes, we have choice and like a wheel, but like our creative way is based on you come up with the joke lineup because of the idea of what you can take the memory from to what it is, right? But then that memory's made up of whatever ideas everybody in that memory contributed to that memory. So everything just funnels back to just the evolution of idea more than anything else, right? And everything itself is. So then it talks about how it's connected to the universe and all that bullshit and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the fact that this concept of the idea from the idea is where I'm talking about it from. Because if Kat were to come into Icons and hear your stepdaddy bit, right? And going to school and that whole bit, right? And he took that thing to a whole nother level. The difference, I think, too, is like when I look at the comparisons with the jokes they're doing when he was talking about it, they're pretty much point on. You can put them side by side and see the same joke. But I think if someone's better than us and we're still working the way we're working, they're going to have to like produce a new joke to technically steal it. Because I think we have too much technology to compare. You know what I'm saying? And if you got to take
but that's also if you get caught. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
true. But I'm just saying, I think it's easier to take the premise than it is the whole joke now. And I think a lot of premises get took a lot, or we all talk about the same premise, and then that's where you get flooded out. That's why I try to go real far outside the fence and like talk about stupid shit, which I know you do too. But I think if a good comedian was in there and took our stuff, they're going to have to make adjustments to make it not the same, is what I'm saying. Not just changing up, a Cadillac to a spaceship. No, I'm talking about they're going to have to change up and exaggerate. Because if we do that whole side by side and we start seeing, Terrell's things look just like Tommy's here, and it's just swapped out Cadillac to a spaceship like the Cat Williams to Cedric shit.
Yeah,
You can, every act out they done's the same. Everything's the fucking same. So you can't, who did it first? It's that, and if he has proof he did it first, then there's no argument from the other side. So that's where I feel like you're gonna be safe. But I'd be worried about it now that I think about it. How much am I putting online that I'm giving away? How much of my setups how much of my premises am I letting go?
I put online with the fact of knowing I'm writing more. So it's like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes when I'm ready to go ahead and let the joke go, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll go ahead. The only one I want to say I ain't did yet that I wanted to, because I recorded it one time like years and years and years ago. But was my one bitch's joke, because that shit hits in
Good.
Charlotte. Like every time I perform that in Charlotte and in like Atlanta, hit every time.
Tell you, man. But see, and that's what the hard part about the comedy shit is keep writing, because you got to keep building on each joke, try and make the joke bigger and better and more added onto it. And every one, it's a neural system of fucking jokes. I feel like every which way you turn, it's a different angle for how you can put it together. Because I probably got a good bit of jokes, but I don't think I could put all the jokes together. It would be me just sitting there saying random shit to see if I could make you laugh, but yet I know I need those moments to build up to this joke, and it's a lot. It's hard to make them full fucking 10-minute sets.
Man, people think that's easy. I say 5-minute set, easy.
It's easier.
Once you get to 8 minutes, you be like, you like, okay, okay, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do a little bit of this. Now I've done a couple, you know, that went past 10 and stuff like that, and it's just how I write. But you do notice the difference, you know, when I have a lineup, and sometimes like 5 minutes may not be enough.
Yeah.
But it's like once you hit 8 minutes, you like, damn, what I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I got plenty to talk about. I just want to make a good set. I want to get work on the sets to where I can produce, whether I got 100 extra jokes, I know I can do 10 minutes, a solid 10 minutes, and get reaction from a crowd. And if I can do that, that's my starting point. And then I think from 10, you go to 15, 12, 15, whatever, and you add it up. And then I think we get better at shit like this. Like, we could sit here and make jokes about this shit with Cat Williams. I could go in on all types of ego shit and how short he is and how that big dick just want to swing so bad or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
Hey, it swung.
it did. That's what I'm saying. Whoosh, home run,
name Slick,
grand
that
slam.
goddamn slung that motherfucker.
He had that big old wheel on his chest for a reason. You hear me? Steering that bitch. Yeah, it's hard though. It's hard to make that shit work every time. I get it. But yeah.
Let me hit you with something. Just a question.
Yeah.
That I'm wondering, because I feel like we friends, right? A little
Yeah,
bit,
we good, bro. We good.
A little bit more than, you know, just community buddies.
Yeah.
What was your impression? I want to say the first time you ever saw me perform, and then the first time you ever saw me perform well.
Okay, well, the first time I saw you performed well, but the second time you performed in front of me was was more noodles cooked up and sauced up correct, okay? The first time was, damn, I got to compete with this bitch, right? But then the second time you come in and you went stripper version on Miss Jules, I was like, damn, I ain't going to win this contest no more. It was like, struck. I got to start over from scratch again. I thought I had this one white dude beat, god damn it. No. Here comes in this handicap motherfucker, going to take it over. And I ain't going to lie, it's a good challenge. I like it. I like your energy. I like how straightforward you are. You came back I forget if that was the second week or the third week you performed, but you know what set I'm talking about that I'm referring to. And yeah, man, that's what I want to see from you every time, because I think you got big energy with that, and it don't matter what jokes you put in place. That energy is there with your jokes. I feel like you gonna produce some quality time on stage, and you do majority of the times. I think that night though, I think by far was still the best night I've seen you perform, in the sense of when I've been around. I know you've done other sets and without me and whatnot, but I know we've been hitting the road and doing something here and there together. But yeah, that night at the competition, I was like, God. And even like Pete was there that night. Pete come up to me and was like, what, who is this guy? And it was, yeah, your presence was known halfway through the competition. And it was like, yeah. And here you are talking about, I can't wait till next year. He going to have me at the back of the fucking building eating on granola bars, nervous as fuck about how I'm supposed to score tonight.
Oh, man. That's just, I want to say shout out to Icons.
Hell yeah!
Already.
Shout out to Bar and Grill. Hell yeah! North Leg Road. What is it?
1515.
I think it's 1515 North Leg Road,
North
Augusta,
Lake
Georgia.
Road.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Cedric. Shout out to Cedric for putting it on.
Shy Jules,
Shy
a
Jules.
lot of the other comics and things.
What,
that
EJ Rogers right now got every
Oh,
Tuesdays
man,
with
every
cookies right now.
Tuesday. That's one thing I respect a lot. I'm so glad that EJ Rogers did come and started a place that we could do comedy once a week steady. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different animal than it is in Atlanta. You know, if Atlanta you miss one or whatever open mic, it's about 4-5 of them that same day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here in Augusta,
You ain't
man,
getting
you
that.
got
well,
wait.
I tell you what,
know
now
I'm
we shout out to EJ Mack because my first year starting, I started up with they had EJ Mack had set up a lot of stuff down at Joe's Underground, and then he had to go to Atlanta. He went to Atlanta for a scene and stuff, and both EJ Rogers and EJ Mack, they both been putting on the Augusta game since they could, every chance they could. And that's what I'm looking forward to next Tuesdays too. They got some good people coming in. You, me, Ron G. You got Pete Barlow. It's gonna be there. I'm sure.
Did Debo say if he was going?
I think Debo's going to be there this Tuesday, which this probably won't be this Tuesday. This gets released, but every Tuesday 7:30 to 8 is open mic night, and then you got cookie special time after that, and you're gonna get to have a foot in your ass, right? Foot in your ass Tuesday night. That's what it is. So shout out to Icons for all that because we be there.
Big ups because I ain't trying to say nothing. I just released TikTok, that had the I started with my racist dog joke, and I just wanted to say that what EJ Rogers is bringing. Before this, there was only one place in Augusta, you know what I'm saying, to go for every week, and that was the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I ain't trying to be, it's
a little racist dog over there.
White up in there,
racist dog over there.
And, I mean, I like the fact that I've done it a couple times.
It looked like your coffee over there compared to mine. Okay, that's what it looked like. We made coffee earlier. His shit was almost whole milk.
I can't say I like cream because I'm gonna have to say pause after that.
Yeah, you
shit.
like the cream. Look at you.
All of that
pause.
shit. But it's good. Yeah. It's good that we have somewhere where it's black. Let's just ain't no way to dress it
that's
up.
True. Because even at Foxslayer, shout out to them, they have their own thing going on. It's all this hillbilly banjo. Oh, sorry, I was talking about the type of white women and anyhow, they play musicians and banjos and harmonicas and yeehaw, But anyhow, it's hard to step up in there and talk some more aggressive content and conversation with them when you got Hillary Clinton's in there just staring at you like.
Hey man, it is what it is. When I commit and I say I'm gonna tell this,
that's true.
I damn what's going on in the building.
This motherfucker shows up and don't give a damn. What did we go for? Was it Thanksgiving?
They had Friendsgiving, but we didn't know about it.
And shout out to them though. They had a bunch of food for everybody.
They had a bunch
shout
of
out
food
Foxslayer.
and stuff like that for everybody.
Yeah,
they also had a little surprise.
We get to perform and we see kids around. And I'm nervous about this set. I kind of toned my set way down and still risked it a little bit, but god damn, Black The Handicap. We talking about stroking and poking while kids walking around. Like it was straight to the face. Creamer.
I will say this, and y'all remember my recording because y'all was right there.
Hey.
Did I not at the beginning say?
You told them crackers.
I was like,
y'all
better
them
get
crackers.
y'all kids up out of here when I
know
talk.
You ain't lying.
I was like, y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no lie in that.
And then what did they respond? They was like, no,
you're okay.
It's good. Go ahead and say what you gonna say.
And
and I said,
everything. Oh, take this handicap, big black dick. Why nobody is home me. She was sounding like she was British. Like, ooh, this 20-inch African pecker you just stuck up my rear is simply wonderful, my dear. Oh, it's splendid, my darling.
Pete's at the table like, It's okay, man. You don't gotta cuss, Tommy. You don't gotta cuss. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm nervous to talk. These ain't my kids. It's not my kids. Somebody might call defects on me if I talk about skinning one of these bitches. You know, let a motherfucker knock my cigarette or my drink out the hand. We gonna have a problem. What you did? But anyhow, yeah, you didn't care. Yeah, it was hilarious. I had the clip, and that little kid walked in front while you was talking. Boy, I died laughing. I couldn't. That was hilarious. Yeah.
I think, and it was. I believe, See, I do love the Fox Slayer. I just didn't like the fact that it was the only option. You have this, and then you've got go out of town. You got to sit there and find stuff.
Yeah.
But I do love performing there because it forces me to take my material to a different audience, and where I'm used to rocking hood shows and barbecues and things like that. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, get in front of an all white audience that a little bit honky tonk.
A little bit.
See, I was trying to be nice.
I'm not gonna let them get away with nothing, bro. Every milk cricket I meet gets that goddamn shit, bro. I'm not leaving no milk cricket unwinged. They all getting their wings clipped. Even me. If I expect to get checked the same way because I'm a milk cricket. But I'm a unique milk cricket, all right? These motherfuckers out here all with the same shit stains on them.
But I believe that night, though, I pissed a whole lot of them off. I pissed a whole lot of them off that night.
It ain't.
And I left and I was like,
I thought
it was
good. It was fantastic, but it is crazy how arrogant you can still stand when you were warned and you chose to defer.
Yeah, I would have felt bad if I didn't give them the warning.
It's like kickoff in football. The refs come in and flip the coins like, what side of the field you want to get hit from?
And I was like, damn, when I said who in the building likes black people, I noticed not everybody made noise. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and drop some dick in your daughter and give you some nigger kids. Did you see it was like one dude,
I didn't see
like
nobody
all
respond.
in the back, just
face
down. And I was like, oh, he racist. I know it.
So you can pick them out like that. You can see them. So when you say certain shit, you think you're like, oh, I got you. That's what I gotta watch you.
Man, it's like it's more of a boom. Oh, you the one, because where if you didn't like the joke, you might have frowned. You know what I'm saying? You might have had a little something, or you might have snickered. But if you sit there, you just turn beet red from me saying I'm gonna go ahead and I think I said I'm gonna go ahead and put a Shaquanda in your family.
Shaquanda in your family,
and,
yeah.
and you're beet red over that. I'm like, oh yeah, you're that one right there. Cause I'm gonna say this. I did not get the full effect of white people until I joined the Army. And then because, I'm in predominantly black, area, going to predominantly black schools.
It's different worlds.
And then when I joined the Army, and I like called my mom and I'm like, Mom, they're it's white people. They're everywhere.
All right,
like,
so when you got
I'm used to like 1 or 2 to 3, maybe 4 in the whole school.
Damn.
And if it doubles, it ain't went over 10. Okay.
Damn.
It's 10 and under.
10 and under. So you ain't even hit double digits.
So I'm getting there, and I'm in the Army, and I'm like,
you're playing golf.
I'm like, what the fuck, y'all been y'all
everywhere?
Really out? It's an ass.
Make you feel like Germany getting burnt down all over again.
So
that's fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. That was fucked up. Got what's supposed to happen. All of them white, bro, except Obama. So tell me why.
I feel like this.
I got receipts.
I stay out of politics and things like that because I feel like everybody is going to lie to you just to get your vote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might do a little bit of what they said, but once they got their vote, they do a little bit of what they say, and then the rest is on to what they can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but look how many white folks did that before anybody else was able to do it. That's built in the entitlement of a white person, bro. And I see it all the time. All the time.
Well, it's good.
I don't trust them. That's
One of
fucked
the-
up. Some of this
I'll
shit ain't
say
gonna be
that.
said in no podcast. I'm talking bad shit about white folks. I don't give a fuck.
I say this. I met
America.
my best friend, and I call him my brother, and he's Maris, and he's the white version of me. He is horrible
Hilarious.
at the mouth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's his last name. His first name's Ryan. And I tell you what happened. That's when we found out that our minds think. We were like, we're perverts. Because we had another.
See them titties over there?
I'll just say it was a female soldier, right? And it was back in the day. And she came in, and she was like, oh, my God. And we were both like, all three of us were standing right there. And she was like, oh, my God, my back hurts so much. And so we just kind of turned and was like,
Got blown the fuck out.
Yeah, we immature as shit. She's like, oh man,
Keep
I
that
don't know
arch
how
right,
I'm gonna stand
motherfucker.
and go right,
Yeah.
And we're just like, and so she looks at both of us. She's like, what the hell are y'all laughing at? And we wasn't laughing to each other, nothing. We both were laughing separate. And then I looked at him and he looked at me. He was like, you
Same
were
cue.
thinking the same
Same
thing.
cue.
I was thinking,
That's
I
what it's
was
got to
like-
be like, man.
It was like a stepbrother, the stepbrother movies moment. We're like, did we just become best friends? And he was like, hell yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be, though. I don't know, man. It shouldn't matter as much as it does, but I think it does to me. I don't. Yeah. But I always was. I'm a different white dude too. I went through different shit than most white people, and I think that I never heard it or felt it better than the way that Dick Gregory said it. Is once you put those glasses on, you can't take them off, and you can't ever force somebody else to put the glasses on. So like, I don't know everything. I don't know all the black culture. I don't know all the white culture. I don't know hardly any culture. But I know if you speak English or understand me and I can understand you and we can have a conversation if there's one to be had, I don't mind having with no fucking body. So that's what I'm looking forward to find. I want to travel, bro, and talk to some little Peter bitches from Japan that ain't got no, because they all say they got little Peters. I want to see if they offended by that shit. We'll call them little Peter. Little Peter, little Peter, little Peter.
Part of the fun in it is actually saying, I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And you have no other choice but to either listen or fucking don't.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to be mad at me after a set, understand only one of us is going to be mad.
Yep.
Because I don't give a shit.
Yep. I had this
You know what
one.
I'm saying?
I had this
if
one
I
moment.
genuinely, I'm sorry.
You go ahead. You
If I genuinely offend you, and I mean direct offense, offend you, I will. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to offend you, but it was a joke. Now, if you just take some basic shit of what I said and be like, oh, well, this is offensive, I'm gonna tell you right where you can stick it, or you can get up there and say your own goddamn set. But that's
See?
what I.
And this is Black The Handicap. Shout out to you, my man. I ain't got no
Yeah,
clap
thank
edition
y'all,
yet.
Thank y'all. Y'all go ahead and check me out on Instagram at Black The Handicap. Y'all can check me out on TikTok at Black The Handicap. Y'all can check me out on Facebook if you can see my page, Black The Handicap. And most of the time it's tagged up under my real name, which is Terrell Smith. So, send me a request, a message, anything like that, and we could get together, try to get some bookings and things like that.
Hell yeah.
So I will be putting out more content and stuff like that, so I look forward to you guys.
I'm looking forward to it too, man. Man, appreciate you coming in and fucking with us, bro.
But I appreciate you for having me.
All right, man. Well, we're going to log off. Y'all have a good one. Whatever what it is. We're from here on out. It's all good. My ass hurt from the chair.